A panel of ESPN.com NBA experts ranked the top 8 games of the decade. We're going to run it back with their top 3 picks. Oh, yes, play that music. Number 3, Game 6 of the 2016 Western Conference Finals between the Warriors and the Thunder. The Warriors, remember, were on the brink of elimination after going down 3-1. And Clay went video game. This was insane.
Game 6 Clay was born.
I mean, look, he's had many other Game 6s after that, but This is the proto Game 6, no doubt. And look, this has obviously changed the history of the league, too, because if the Thunder had won that game, Kevin Durant probably stays in Oklahoma City, right?
Right.
Maybe, I don't know.
Number 2, Game 7 of the 2016 Finals with the block. Dave?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, this is the best game I've ever covered. I still get goosebumps watching the highlights. It was an 89 game. That series was tied in total points going into the fourth quarter of Game 7.
I mean, you can't be more even than that. Game 1, number 1, is Game 6 of the 2013 Finals. Heat fans left the arena, remember? Tried to get back in. The yellow ropes were up, and you remember the shot. Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, and there you go. Woo!
The greatest shot in NBA history.
I'm actually getting goosebumps watching
that. Just look at that.
Crazy.
You think it was the greatest shot in NBA history?
So much change. I mean, we talk about sliding doors and alternate realities. So much changes with that.
I don't know, Scotty. You watched a guy make a shot against Utah that I thought was pretty big to walk off.
Yeah, it was pretty big. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with my Utah shot.
That was also a Game 6.
That was for a 3-peat, too.
Right, exactly.
You guys would have gone back and played a Game 7 had you not won that game.
Game 7? What is that?
Right, he doesn't know. They never played a Game 7 in the sixth title.
Is that like a foreign country or something? I've never even been there.
But that series would have been over. That would have been over.
I'm sorry. Once he says that, there's nothing else that you can. That is the mic drop of all mic drops. All right, since we're looking back at the 2010s, I did want to circle back to the article we just featured in Jump Recommends because ESPN.com ranking LeBron, Steph, and KD in that order as the players who defined this decade. So, Scotty, would you say that that's the right order in terms of players who had the greatest impact on the game of basketball?
I would agree to that. I mean, excuse me, not MJ, but what LeBron was able to do, go to 8 straight finals appearances, and even though he didn't win them all, just the fact that he was able to compete and take team after team to the finals, it was pretty much unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the court, there would be an argument for Curry on the court because in terms of the three-point revolution, he is the player that embodies that. But off the court, the player empowerment movement, which really comes down to now every summer we're more excited for free agency almost than we are for the actual games. That's LeBron James. And I think both those things have had the equal impact, but then you add in LeBron's first half of the decade in terms of basketball accomplishments were better than Steph's because Steph was, kind of just coming into the league, coming into his own. Now, Steph says, I have 3 championships, and they all came against LeBron. That's one in his cap. LeBron says, I have twice as many MVPs as you.
Right,
so,
for now.
I'll give it to LeBron.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it speaks to, by the way, how lucky we've been in this decade. It really has been such a golden era of basketball all over again because, look, you can make those arguments so strongly for both guys. Yeah. I mean, I kind of went back and forth on this because, to your point, I mean, Steph Curry changed the geometry of the game of basketball. He changed the way kids play coming into the league, changed the way big men play in this league, and just
I'm gonna throw Clay in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Steph and Clay changed. So even though we're talking about Steph right now, but it was the changing of the Splash Brothers that really changed the whole game of how kids, as you say, and how other NBA players play the game. Because until those guys started jacking up 10, 15 threes a game, no one else in the league was shooting the ball. Yeah. So it's pretty much a layup for them now.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I do say with LeBron, not only is it the impact off the court, and it goes beyond player empowerment, but just sort of the way, the activism. I mean, LeBron brought back athlete activism to a level we hadn't seen since the 60s and 70s, but also the way he just destroyed the Eastern Conference for so long. You had teams that rose and fell. You had, Indiana tried and couldn't do it. You had Detroit that disappeared once that he came in there. The Chicago Bulls, who almost, and then, there we go. That he took the Boston Celtics big 3 and said, okay, we're done with that. I mean, just that so many teams built their whole whole world around, we're going to do it, we're going to topple LeBron. And then it was like, yeah, no, sorry. Bye. So there you go. I want to spin forward, though, to the 2020s, which we're about to get into. Which current NBA player do you think impacts the next decade most, Scottie?
I think Giannis. I still think that Steph Curry is still one of the top players that will continue to impact the game. But I would probably say Giannis right now. Obviously, he's the MVP. But I would think probably Zion. Zion will probably be the next player that rises.
Yeah, 24-year-old MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. We can't really go beyond that. He's maybe the best two-way player in the game right now. But the other guy I would mention, you have to mention Anthony Davis. He's 26 years old and ready to take all the knowledge that LeBron James can give him over the next several seasons, soak that in, and then apply it to his game while the Lakers are telling him that we plan to cater everything around you to make sure you have the right players around you to succeed. So I would say him and Giannis, those are my two guys.
It's hard to with fortune telling. I almost want to do it in 5-year blocks instead of 10-year blocks. I want to know what Kawhi is going to do in the next 5 years. I want to know how Kevin Durant is going to come back from this injury, because until he had it, we're saying, oh, maybe he's risen to the top player in the whole game. We'll have to see. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.